Welcome back to Football Match Daily, and we're here for episode 5 of a trip to Europe. We will be discussing the fixtures of the quarterfinals and we will be predicting the semi-final, of course. We have N. Raghav here from N. Raghav TV. He has collaborated with us before, and today we're without Chinmay, so there will be a lot less English toxicity, but it will slightly be replaced by Spanish toxicity. But let's see how that goes. Let's just get started. This the semi-final prediction video would I think is going to be a surprisingly short one because two games, eight predictions. How hard is it going to be? And we don't have the emotional backing of Chinmay to give his another one of his famous emotional speeches against for the game against Denmark. But we never know. Raghav might surprise us and give an emotional speech of his own for the game against Italy. But talking about the Italy Spain game, that's going to be the first semi-final we have. Um, I really don't know who to. I mean, I think looking on paper, I think Italy are clear favorites because defensively they've been rock solid. They've got a passionate set of players, and Spain really haven't been the most clinical team. But when you have the likes of Laporte on the back of your team and the likes of Eric Garcia and Pau Torres playing quite solid, you just can't disregard how Spain might end up stopping Italy from scoring those goals. But Italy do have that rock and goal, the Gianluigi Donnarumma, and I would count on him to keep a clean sheet against Spain. So I'd go for 2-0 Italy.
Siddhant, would you like to counter any Eric Garcia comments?
Well, I'd like you to go first. I use the.
Oh,
Let me think about
okay,
it till
okay.
then.
My pleasure. First of all, I'm very offended by Vidip because he did not mention Azpilicueta and I don't want to do this anymore. So I'll just give my prediction and leave. I think, and I want Italy to win. Uh, no, I don't expect them to win a clean sheet. Maybe a goal here and there. 2-1, 2-1 for Italy. Actually, all four teams have won Chelsea directly. I don't care who gets it, just give it to someone.
To be fair, I forgot Aspilicueta played. So if that helps
Yeah,
you from not
no,
wanting to leave,
that just makes it worse. Now you have to leave. Okay,
sit, let's
Siddhant.
just.
I mean, like Ayush said, even I'm offended by Vidip, but for a different reason. He took Eric Garcia's name in the good defenders bracket. So I don't. I'm not gonna talk a lot about it. But yeah, I still want Spain to win. I'm backing Spain in this game. But so far the way they've played and the way Italy have played, I expect Italy to win. I'll go for a two win for
To win,
Italy.
win or 2-1 win for Italy.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is going to be the most tactical game of this tournament so far because Italy, on the one hand, they have been, it's all on their side. They've been scoring goals, they've kept clean sheets, they know their best starting 11, and they're the clear favorites. But Spain, first two games draw, then Busquets comes back into the team, then suddenly everything for Spain changes and Pedri is having an outstanding tournament as well behind Pedri. Then, yeah, to be honest, Eric Garcia as well in that game which he played, the two goals they conceded after he was subbed off. S- so keep the Eric Garcia comments
End
off.
this video. End this video.
Ah,
You
So
know,
yeah,
like Raghav said, I think this is the one game Luis Enrique has been um, waiting for this whole tournament because
exactly.
uh, I think the whole tournament he would either play Pau Torres or Eric Garcia, but the fact that he's given them both minutes tells me that he's going to go for a back five with Jordi Alba, Azpilicueta, and Laporte coming
See that
completing the five.
the in the Switzerland game, the reason he went with Pau Torres was because they had Embolo, who is a tall player, and they had Seferovic. who's a quite physical player. So he clearly had a tactical plan. And in the Croatia game, if you see, their forwards aren't, the header that physical or uh, not that big of a threat aerially. So that game you had Eric Garcia who had good ball playing ability.
The
So I
same
think
thing you would say about Italy, to be fair. You look at Insigne, you wouldn't think that Italy would have the most physical players, but then right next to him stands a very tall Immobile, and for set pieces, and Chiellini and Bonucci.
exactly.
So
So that's the reason that he would have a plan for this game as well. I'm not sure if he'll go with a back three. Pau Torres will start, to be honest. Yeah, and Morata as well. Although he has been criticized for not scoring. If you watch the games closely, I think his he's acting as a complete number nine. He's dropping into spaces, and that is giving Sarabia and Ferran Torres to a good amount of space to work. Because if you see the games, Ferran Torres has impressed me a lot this tournament because he's switching he right, left, center, wherever you play him, he's creating chances for you. And Sarabia as well has been quite a surprise. I didn't know he could play this well. Yeah, so again, Busquets, Pedri, all key players, and Azpilicueta also has surprised because before the start of the tournament, I thought it was going to be Marcus Llorente at right back and Azpilicueta was going to be a backup. But he's come in, he's given solid shift at right back. Jordi Alba, Jose Gaya, all the players have been quite good enough. So my prediction to end, I would go 1-1 in normal time, and I think it'll go to penalties and Spain will win on penalties.
Yeah, I've said all of the Morata drop spaces and makes assists and all that for a certain player who shall remain unnamed. But yeah, what do you want Enrique to play? Do you want a back three for this game? What's your opinion on that?
Back three. No, I think that would restrict the team a lot because even see midfield three of Koke, Pedri and Busquets has been working perfectly. So I think
get
they'll go
Thiago, man, get Thiago. That's all the creativity you ever need. Get Thiago.
Pedri. We have Pedri.
Yeah, experience over quality, dude.
हाँ
Now
बस
let's save the thumbs ups for later and let's just play what you're
Yeah,
playing
I
and
think
continue.
it'll be 4-3-3 simple, same formation.
Yeah.
Morata, Sarabia, Ferran Torres, and the same midfield and same defense.
I think Sid doesn't want to leave the video anymore because of all the praise you've given Ferran Torres, and I thank you for that actually because Ferran Torres has actually gone very unnoticed. He's had a great season so far. Yeah, season incomplete. Moving on, the second semi-final game, we've
No, 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 no. Before we move on, I want Ayush to tell the name of the unnamed person because
T-
I have no clue who's he talking about.
Timo Werner.
No, Aguero.
Uh,
You don't know the name of the person. Let's just let it be that way. You will know his name next year when everyone's cheering for him while he lifts the golden foot or whatever.
oh, he doesn't want the Premier League trophy. He just wants the Golden Boot.
Oh,
I,
that see that will be
even I
that
thought
will
he
be
was going
lifted
to say the
that will be
Premier League
lifted
trophy,
by
but then
that
he just thought, no, that's not possible.
yeah
Too bad.
that will be lifted by Aspilicueta. We'll do the whole PL prediction and I'll tell you everything at that time.
Realistically, you look at Chelsea. He's not like. I mean, even I thought he'd go for like the Premier League trophy because they're like serious contenders. But no, like Golden Boot.
Golden Boot.
That's
I
even
mean,
more serious
honestly, Chelsea
contention
have a
because
better chance of winning the Premier League than Werner has of the Golden Boot.
exactly, and
Yeah,
because you look
I
next season, if Kane ends up joining City, then there's going to be Kane's going to end the season with 40 goals plus in the Premier League alone. So I think Timo Werner has some serious competition with Harry Kane there. Also with Sancho at United, you never know how many goals Cavani gets because he's I think their main striker now. And obviously you've got the Egyptian King, never ends the season with
okay.
So
lesser
again,
goals than 20.
Vidip can't go talking without
You can't go
Liverpool
talking
players.
with Liverpool player without Liverpool players.
I think
you
listen,
haven't
if
got
you're
the
talking
proper
about
striker.
Timo Werner for Golden Boot discussion, how can you not talk about Mo Salah? I don't see what you're talking about.
We were talking about strikers to be more specific. Morata, Werner. You just
Then I
brought him
should then I should
because
plug
he
in
can't.
Aubameyang as well.
Yeah, but
Man,
oh
okay.
oh
Serious
bro,
contender.
because you can't bring
No, no,
Firmino in
no.
anyways.
Next thing you know, Martin Braithwaite is going to
Ballon d'Or
Arsenal to
winner.
become top scorer.
Okay,
But
let's not get into this and just move on because this seems like it could go for a long time on.
England versus Denmark. Um, England, I think, into only their third ever semi-final appearance in the Euros, and Gareth Southgate, I think, becomes only the second manager to uh, get England to such a high place in the World Cup and the Euros. But and I think he silences criticism there because yes, England didn't have the best group stage, but even in the knockouts, they showed redemption and they've really showed what they can do because I think the main problem fans had with England was that the lack of harmony between the players, but that doesn't seem like a problem anymore because uh, they've really had a great tournament. The players, the brotherhood, you can see the brotherhood between the players and how much it just means to them to get an international trophy. That said, Denmark's going to win because
Yeah.
uh, England have the tendency to bottle it. Their captain is a player for Tottenham Hotspur FC, and even then, I think this is the game where Denmark somehow manages to silence all England players. Rice and Phillips have bad games. Maybe Maguire hopefully makes a couple of mistakes, but this is the game where Denmark wins.
Henderson
Uh,
own goal.
no, Henderson doesn't start. He plays like the last 10 minutes or something.
Does
So
does does any Liverpool player start for England?
no, there's like one player who's been called up. So
Oh, so you can't be criticizing Tottenham at this point, can you?
Noob club.
I can. We can
Wait,
always throw
Kane is the
Tottenham.
captain. Henderson is not the captain.
Kane is the
No,
captain.
No, if
Kane is the
Henderson
guy.
started, then Henderson would have been captain. Otherwise, not.
Yeah, if in the all that we can see later, just give your predictions.
Yeah, I'd go 3-2 Denmark in the 120.
Did Denmark win?
Yeah, Denmark win.
Okay, Raghav, please.
So England, Denmark again. If Denmark win, it's like a fairy tale story for them from the start of the tournament, and England as well. Just see, I don't have any problem with the team of England as such, but mostly their fans. Even after a 1-0 win, or if they play a forward pass every time, it's like it's coming home, it's coming home. At this point, it becomes very annoying to be honest. So, and I think Gareth Southgate, see, Denmark play a back three.
Rather, it's annoying for us to see 800 plus passes without a goal for us to be fair.
I can't agree more.
Your
Anyway, continue. I'm
predictions.
sorry.
Yeah, but see, Denmark play with a back three, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gareth Southgate pulls off a masterclass and goes with a back three with Rice and Phillips in the midfield. So my prediction, I'm going to go Denmark 1-0, Braithwaite winner.
Wow, wow. Siddhant, please.
After these two guys gave their predictions, if I'm gonna say England wins, I feel like the wrong person here. But anyways, Denmark, I've supported Denmark since the beginning of the tournament. Have they done so great
Yeah,
so
you've
far?
said that numerous times. Just move on to your point, man.
Hey man, I don't interrupt you when you're speaking, lah. Shut up.
Videep, shut up, man.
Okay,
Who made
continue.
it the host this time? Who made it the host?
I've been asking you to kick him out. Comment, put in the comment if you want to kick him out.
We'll do a poll later on the
Yeah,
Instagram page.
yeah.
YouTube poll coming later. Does Pradeep deserve to be a panelist or not?
No, we
Watch out for
appreciate
that.
the poll. You don't deserve to wait anyways. We are not giving that to the audience. We're just kicking you out. Let's just finish it.
This is no democracy, okay? We decide.
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay, just continue.
So, anyways, there was I. Uh, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Denmark,
So,
Denmark
Prediction,
fanboy.
prediction.
yeah, obviously, I love Denmark to win, but I don't see them winning. But like, yeah, obviously, England have been playing so good so far. I'll go for a England win, 2-0. But if Denmark can upset England, I'll be happy to see every English fan's face, especially one that comes on our videos weekly these days. So
You unnamed person, right? Unnamed
yes,
Englishman.
unnamed person.
Unnamed. Okay. So
But what's
yeah,
your prediction?
2-0 England.
he said 2-0.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, the red plus versus the white plus, and I think Sid pretty much covers it. I would want Denmark to win. It does not look like Denmark is going to win, but Southgate has got a lot of thinking to do. Does he go with the back four, or does he, to avoid any risk, go with the back five? And as Raghav said, that then Phillips and Rice comes in, but in a four defender formation also now he's playing a double pivot with Rice and Phillips. And does Sancho start or does Foden start? Does Grealish start? A lot of things are there.
Does
So I
Saka
think
start? Ayush
that
Saka.
oh does Mount start? I missed Mount. Sorry. And I think that due to all of this, they'll still get through. But I really want them to break their clean sheet streak now. It's been a bit too much. So I'll go 2-1
I
England.
think that wraps it up for our predictions. Sid,
Yeah.
if you could just remove the screen as we wrap it up.